To be honest, we shouldn't even have been in that playing game in the first place. You know, like it's all like it's SFG versus everybody. Like they all trying to cheat us out of the game and stuff. Y'all seen what the rest be doing to us. They be handing out texts left and right. So, you know, it just comes with it.
The youngest son of basketball royalty stands at a crossroads that could reshape basketball history. Bryce James, once known simply as Bronny's little brother, has transformed into a 6 feet 6 inches prospect who's forcing scouts to completely rewrite their assessments. But recent performances at Sierra Canyon have revealed a truth that nobody's talking about. Bryce James might be following a development path that breaks every rule we thought we knew about elite prospects. Looking at Bryce's journey reveals something fascinating. In middle school, nobody predicted what would happen next. While most eyes were fixed on Bronny's path to the Lakers, Bryce underwent one of the most dramatic physical transformations in recent basketball memory. From a stocky youth player to a lean, towering presence on the court, his development has defied expectations. Early scouting reports in 2021 ranked him as the 24th best player in his class. But what happened next would challenge everything we thought we knew about player development. Here's where things get interesting. While most critics focus on his limited playing time at Sierra Canyon, they're missing something crucial. Bryce has quietly developed what many coaches consider superior shooting mechanics to both his brother and his father at the same age.
I've always looked at him, of course he's my big brother. It was definitely a great experience just seeing how far he's came, like the journey that he had to go through. Being in the gym with him, you know, it's always a good time, and then also off the court.
His pull-up jumper and turnaround show a level of sophistication that's rare for a 17-year-old. But the Peach Jam tournament exposed an unexpected paradox. Despite his textbook form, Bryce shot just 31% from the field and 18% from three-point range. These numbers tell only part of the story. The Sierra Canyon situation adds another layer of complexity to Bryce's development. Playing for one of the nation's most prestigious programs comes with a unique set of challenges. While his current average of 7.2 points per game might seem modest, it's worth noting that many future NBA stars faced similar statistics during their high school careers at powerhouse programs. The limited playing time that's drawing criticism might actually be protecting something more valuable, his long-term development. What many don't realize is that Bryce's journey represents something unprecedented in basketball history. While other NBA legacies like Bronny James, Zaire Wade, and Kean Anthony have followed relatively predictable development paths, Bryce's trajectory has become one of basketball's most intriguing mysteries. In an era where young prospects are typically sized up and categorized by their early teens, Bryce has managed to remain surprisingly enigmatic. The transformation of Bryce James from his middle school days to now tells a story that few have fully understood. Back in 2019, he was primarily known as the shorter, stockier James brother, who showed occasional flashes of his father's court vision. Fast forward to 2024, and the physical metamorphosis has been nothing short of remarkable. Standing at 6 feet 6 inches with a frame that continues to fill out, Bryce has undergone the kind of growth spurt that makes scouts completely reevaluate their projections. But this rapid physical development has come with both advantages and challenges that have significantly impacted his game. Early scouting reports from his middle school days paint an interesting picture. While Bronny was already being touted as a potential NBA prospect, Bryce's evaluations were more measured. Scouts noted his natural feel for the game and impressive basketball IQ, but few predicted the physical transformation that would follow. The 2021 rankings that placed him as the 24th best player in his class were based largely on potential rather than production, a ranking that would prove to be both a blessing and a curse as expectations continue to evolve. The shooting mechanics that have become Bryce's calling card tell a fascinating story of their own. Unlike many young prospects who develop their shooting touch later, Bryce has shown advanced shooting form from an early age. His release point, follow-through, and shot preparation have drawn comparisons to some of the NBA's elite shooters. What's particularly interesting is how his shooting form differs from both his brother and father. While LeBron developed into a reliable shooter later in his career, and Bronny has become known for his catch-and-shoot ability, Bryce's natural shooting stroke suggests a different type of offensive weapon altogether. The Sierra Canyon chapter of Bryce's story deserves deeper examination. Playing for one of the nation's most prestigious high school programs comes with unique challenges that few understand. The school's roster regularly features multiple Division I prospects, creating a highly competitive environment that can either accelerate or hinder development. While his current averages might seem modest, they need to be viewed in context. Several current NBA players, including Marvin Bagley III and Cassius Stanley, faced similar playing time challenges during their time at elite programs. A closer look at Bryce's game footage reveals intriguing patterns that national rankings and basic statistics don't capture. In transition situations, He shows an advanced understanding of floor spacing and timing. His decision-making, particularly in pick-and-roll scenarios, demonstrates a level of sophistication that suggests significant potential as a secondary playmaker. These subtle aspects of his game often go unnoticed in box scores, but have caught the attention of several college scouts. The Peach Jam tournament performance that many critics point to actually reveals more about his development than the raw numbers suggest. While the shooting percentages were indeed below expectations, the types of shots Bryce was attempting show ambition and confidence. He wasn't settling for easy looks or playing it safe. He was testing the boundaries of his expanding offensive arsenal. This willingness to fail while growing is a trait that many successful NBA players exhibited during their development years. What sets Bryce's development path apart is the unique advantage of learning from his brother's journey. Watching Bronny navigate the intense scrutiny, handle the pressure of viral highlights, and deal with constant comparisons to their father has provided Bryce with an invaluable education in managing expectations. This perspective has allowed him to focus on long-term development rather than chasing immediate validation through highlights or statistics. The college decision looming on the horizon represents more than just choosing a school. It's about selecting the right development pathway. USC and Ohio State aren't just basketball programs. They represent different philosophical approaches to player development. USC's recent success with guard development under Andy Enfield contrasts with Ohio State's history of developing versatile wings. This decision could fundamentally shape the type of player Bryce ultimately becomes. Recent footage from private workouts and training sessions has revealed aspects of Bryce's game that rarely surface in high school competition. His footwork in isolation situations shows traces of advanced scoring moves. His ability to create separation off the dribble, particularly for his size, suggests untapped potential as a three-level scorer. These glimpses of advanced skill work indicate a player who's investing in long-term development rather than quick fixes. The legacy factor in Bryce's story extends beyond just being LeBron's son. He's part of a new generation of basketball prospects who are challenging traditional development timelines. Like Jalen Duren and Emoni Bates, Bryce represents a generation of players whose development doesn't fit conventional patterns. His combination of size, skill, and basketball lineage creates a unique template that defies easy categorization. Looking at historical precedents provides interesting context. Seth Curry's path to NBA success looked nothing like Stevens. Drew Holiday's rise to NBA stardom was drastically different from Justin's journey. These examples suggest that comparing siblings' development paths often proves futile. Bryce's journey might be creating an entirely new blueprint for how talented prospects can develop at their own pace. The mental aspect of Bryce's development deserves particular attention. Growing up in the social media era, while carrying the James name creates unique psychological challenges. His ability to maintain focus on development despite constant comparisons to his father and brother shows remarkable mental fortitude. This psychological resilience could prove just as valuable as any physical attribute in his long-term development. Recent games have shown interesting tactical adjustments in how Bryce approaches competition. His 21-point performance against elite competition demonstrated an ability to rise to big moments, but more importantly, it showed tactical maturity in how he picked his spots and managed his energy throughout the game. This game management skill, rare in young prospects, hints at a sophisticated understanding of how to impact games beyond scoring. As Bryce approaches his senior year, the basketball world faces an interesting question. Are we watching the development of a different type of basketball prospect? One who prioritizes skill development over immediate impact, who values fundamental soundness over highlight plays, and who might be laying the groundwork for a more sustainable path to professional success. The next chapter of Bryce James's story will be crucial. With college decisions approaching and his game continuing to evolve, he stands at a unique crossroads. The pressure of the James name will always be present, but Bryce seems to be writing a different kind of basketball story, one where patience, development, and tactical sophistication take precedence over immediate gratification. For those paying close attention, Bryce James isn't just developing as a basketball player. He's potentially creating a new template for how future prospects might approach their development. In an era of instant highlights and immediate expectations, his journey suggests that sometimes the most interesting stories in basketball are the ones that take time to unfold. As we continue to watch his development, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The youngest James isn't just carrying on a legacy. He's crafting his own unique path in the basketball world. And for a sport that's constantly evolving, that might be exactly what makes his story so compelling.